Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick, and I'm a top author and trading view with over 190k reputation points. In this video, I will be taking a pair, breaking it down from a technical and order flow perspective. And in doing so, I will provide as much free education as possible. So I really suggest that you stick to the video till the end, and I will see you on the charts. In today's video, I want to speak about NZD USD because at the moment we do have quite interesting price action and structure. Starting here on the monthly, in fact, what we can notice is that we have a market which at the moment is testing a very strong area of monthly demand and support. From here, all this move to the upside was created, and at the moment we're testing the exact same zone from which there is definitely the possibility to see the market provide a rejection to the upside. The first target zone would be this area here, which is currently the previous monthly support from which the last move to the upside was created before the market then started this impulse to the downside, meaning that if the market from here will now create a rejection higher, which is what has just started, we could expect the market to go all the way up and test this area because it should be attracted to it, being the nearest supply and resistance zone. Dropping down on the weekly time frame, what do we have? Now here on the weekly time frame, what we can notice is that this structure is actually currently bullish. In fact, if we track the movements of the market here, what we can notice is that we had the move to the downside, correction, the market then tried going lower, failed, broke to the upside. So what we have at the moment is a market which has actually broken above this previous weekly resistance that now that the market has broken it to the upside is turned support here. So what we have here is previous weekly resistance turned support, which the market has just tested and from which we could expect some bullish price action to be created. If we drop down on the daily time frame, what do we see? Now, from a daily perspective, what we can see is that we did have a very strong impulse to the downside when the market was around this area. I made a full breakdown explaining all the reasons for which we expected the market to create a little bit more bearish price action, go for a stop hunt of all the stop losses that were below this low. And then from here, we wanted to see a rejection to the upside, which is in fact exactly what the market did. And by the way, I will link in description that previous analysis so you can go and check it out for more free education. Now, if you're asking yourself, why does the market create these stop hunts? That is because, and anyway, these manipulations, that is because the big players in the market, so the institutional side of the market, which we will now go and see what they're doing here on NZD USD, it can't just press the button and fill in their entire order. What they have to do is create manipulations in order to generate the liquidity that they need in order to actually place their orders. Because always remember that in the market, for every buyer, there needs to be a seller. So if at any specific time in the market there aren't enough sellers and you're an institution that wants to buy NZD USD, what you have to do is create those sellers. How do you create sellers? By triggering stop losses, because if you're buying and you have a stop loss, that stop loss is simply a sell order. So if they trigger the stop losses, at that point they have a lot of selling pressure coming into the market, which they can use to fill their buying orders. So basically all the stop losses are selling their NZD basically to institutions which are buying it with USD. And that is when their order is filled and they can actually, and this move to the upside can actually start. Now, if we look at what is happening here from a structure perspective on the daily time frame, we can notice how this area, which was acting as resistance here and again here, has now been broken to the upside, meaning that now this previous resistance is turned support around this area. And what we could expect is a retest of previous resistance turned support and then a potential rejection to the upside. So from here, how we could be approaching a potential rejection to the upside. Now, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. But before we speak about this, let's first go and see what is happening from a commitment of traders perspective, which is the COT data. So what the non-commercials and the biggest speculators, so the big players in the market, are doing. Now, checking the data for the NZD, we can see how lately net positions have once again started increasing. We went from minus 19k, we now have minus 12k net positions, with 5.3k longs added with the last report and 250 shorts getting closed. So NZD USD at the moment is actually growing in net positions, with thousands of longs added from an institutional perspective and shorts getting closed. What this indicates is that we have even higher probabilities of this potential move to the upside. So how we could be approaching this? Now, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily combined with the COT data, those are the best time frames from a directional perspective. However, when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best time frames are the intraday time frames, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what we could be doing is monitoring price action from an intraday perspective during this move to the downside, waiting for the market to shift from an intraday bearish market as we would have to an intraday bullish market. And if the market would shift from an intraday bearish to bullish market and provide to us one of our valid entries, at that point we could be looking for this potential rejection to the upside for the market to complete this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. Now, if you don't know what I'm speaking about when I say valid entries and this kind of things, that is all part of the mentorship program, which you can find at transparentfxtrading.com. Here you have the possibility to gain access to my entire course with all the rules of the strategies. You also have the possibility to gain access to one-on-one private mentoring, the VIP market breakdowns with the Telegram signals, the COT data software, which is the one that we used in this analysis, the trading station software, which puts together everything you need as a trader all in one interface. And if you scroll lower past the testimonials, you will see that at the moment I'm running a special promotion in which you have a big discount on the upfront price of the program. And since I have partnered with the forex broker Blueberry Markets, if you open an account with them from the student dashboard, you can get a full refund credited back into your trading account. And if you scroll lower, you will see that at the moment there is still time to join before the timer goes to 0 and the offer expires. However, spots are limited, so if the spots get filled before the timer goes to 0, the offer will end anyway and the price will go back to normal. So I really suggest that you take advantage and join directly from here to gain automatically access with the email and password that you will create during the checkout. So definitely looking forward to have you on board. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you smash that like button and comment below. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you, and I'll see you in my next video.